Alright, so now we have to go ahead and find out where it is that the next Zapfish is. Sorry about the little intrusion last episode. I'm still apparently having issues. I believe it's just right here, quite honestly, with my capture card, because sometimes it just randomly disconnects. There's no real way to say it. It'll just be fine the 1 second, and then the next second it'll be like, well, never mind. I really don't know what the issue is. I honestly don't know what it is. Maybe it's this specific capture card, because I know there was this one day I was kind of fed up with what was going on, and I took all my stuff to work. My capture card, I was having trouble with my Steam Link, so I took that into work also. Every single capture card I had, took my Switch with me, Steam Link and everything, and I just tested it all out on my work computer, because that was the only other computer I knew that I would have access to, and that's actually a pretty decent computer. You know, it has Windows 10 and has pretty much anything a computer would need to run decently well. It's one of the only few good things that we had going for us at work, was that our computers were actually pretty top-notch. But with that being said, I ended up taking it over there and tested everything out. Turns out everything worked out just fine, except for the Steam Link, which I had finally deduced that it was actually the device itself that was having issues, not anything else. So I had to go ahead and return that, and finally now I have a working version, which is awesome. But I also tested out my capture card with all its various different versions. Turned out they worked out just fine, except for the S, which I'm using right now. Now, the main benefit to the S is that it's supposed to be a little bit better in terms of quality, and it also, most importantly, lets it so that I can play the game and the how do I say this? When I view it from the computer, it's in, you know, real time. So usually with other capture cards, or rather other versions of the Elgato software, when I view something from the computer, it's not in real time. It has like a good chunky delay of like a good 10 seconds or something like that. Which makes things a little bit more complicated, especially when you're trying to, for example, stream. You're trying to get the right timing on stuff. A little bit more difficult for that. But in any case, the S makes it so that you don't have to worry about any of that, because it's all in real time. However, main point is, I did have issues with the S, because it would still randomly disconnect. So I don't know if it's a problem with the wire, maybe, which is brand new. I've only used it literally 3 times. The first time when I got it, then it turns out, nope, can't run it, need Windows 10. Second time, when I use it at work, and now, when I'm using it right now to try and get the whole damn thing to work. Those are the only times I've used the damn wire, so I find it hard to believe that the wire is not working. And I know it's not my HDMI cables, because I've used various types of HDMI cables when each time of that happened. Also, it's not a HDMI issue, it's a data issue, because the it disconnects from my computer, when the only thing that's connected to my computer, at this point, the laptop, is through the data cable, the USB-C cable, right? So, I don't know. I really gotta figure out what the hell it is. I don't want to get this just yet. No, you don't want to get that. This is actually, I believe, yep, Inkazooka. It's my least favorite. Oh, okay, I can actually shoot beforehand. That's good. It's my least favorite weapon from Splatoon 1 online. I just really did not like it. Quite honestly. It was not very fun for me. I always was more of a fan of the Ink Strike, or basically any other thing. I hated the Kraken, and I hated this thing. But of course those were the things that were super meta and everyone ended up using, and that they were the most competitively viable and all this other garbage lingo that pisses me off. Because I could not stand the Kraken, nor can I stand the Ink Strike sometimes. The Ink Strike wasn't that big of a deal. The Kraken I just felt was kind of broken sometimes. But the Ink Strike I just could not use it well. So that one's on me. The Kraken, a little bit of a different issue. Don't know exactly where it is. This dumb scroll is. But let's go ahead and just come up here and just get the bird's eye advantage over these guys here. Might actually even be over there, quite honestly. Oh, I missed it. Damn it. Alright, let's see if we can actually make it over to that side. You can actually probably just see beforehand. Yep, that's the sunken scroll. Alright. There we go. Pretty easy to get so far. Now we can just kind of just blast through this quite quickly. I don't really think there's really anything else that I need to get, or rather, anything else that I need to keep an eye out, I should say, in terms of, like, secrets for, you know, orbs and stuff like that. But, I mean, in general, I want to get this over with as quickly as possible. Not because I have a, you know, problem with this game, or I'm not having fun, or anything like that. It's just, I'm just afraid that it's gonna fucking crash again. It doesn't even crash. I misspoke. It's not necessarily a crash. It'll just disconnect. And then after, like, a second or three, it'll reconnect and everything will be fine. The only problem is if I'm recording something, it'll stop recording. So, I'll lose any footage in between that time. Or rather, as soon as it does that little thing, it'll just stop recording, which is a bit of an issue just because of the fact that the I'll have to what's the word? I'll have to just record again, and if I don't catch it, for example, thankfully last time I managed to catch it, but if I don't notice that it stopped recording, I'm kind of screwed. I'm gonna have to go back on my own and redo stuff. But last time I don't think we really lost too much. I think it cut off just as soon as I jumped into the Zapfish. So thankfully, we managed to get most of the footage back. Or rather, didn't lose too much footage, I should say. We got here Sunken Scroll number 3. This seems to be the Octurian assault vehicle, but it doesn't appear to have an engine. The big question then, how does it move? It's frighteningly clear that the source of Octurian's power lies inside, or rather outside the realm of established science. So it seems here that the Octurians are actually quite advanced. Or rather not quite advanced, I should say, but they're quite mysterious is probably a better way to put it. The Zapfish power has opened up the boss kettle, which we can see there. We can go ahead and take on the boss next time. Stay fresh!